How's it going, everybody? This is Craig Bush Rocks. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about collecting Xbox 360 games and PlayStation 3 games in 2025. Is it going to be worth it, you think? This is going to be my own opinion, my opinion only. So, you guys can comment down below, let me know too. I always like reading my comments and stuff like that, and we talk on my live stuff about games and stuff in general and stuff like that. But collecting in 2025, is it going to be worth it? To me, it's always going to be worth it. I'm a collector, and I'm also an old school gamer. I like playing my new games. I like playing old games. But if you're just getting into collecting, perfect. It's still relatively cheap. I'm going to show the worst parts of it on the PlayStation 3. I didn't pull out all my expensive ones, but show you the worst of the worst, what you could be paying for games and stuff like that. And where Xbox 360 and stuff like that, between both of them, it's great. The consoles itself, I watch YouTubers who's talking, going through boxes of consoles, and they turn around and sell them for like $20-$30, whatever. But you can find PlayStation 3s and Xbox 360s around. If you're knowledgeable enough and go on Google and look up things, you can emulate stuff like that by copying the games on your computer and emulate it and stuff like that between PS3 and Xbox 360. There's always a way for emulation and stuff like that. Not all games are going to work on emulation. Just keep that in mind. It's good to have a console around to play the games that you want to play. With the official console, it's great. But game prices are not extremely bad, especially on the Xbox 360 side of it and original Xbox. I'll just show you some examples of some good games you can pick up for Xbox 360. And I got my phone here. I can look on my phone, some of these games and stuff like that. So we'll just go with the Xbox 360 here. I'm using my CLZ app. That's how I keep track of all my games. But it's always good to compare prices on eBay. Look up the game you're looking for, or you look like you want to play the game, look it up on eBay and look up sold listings and get an average price and stuff like that. Kind of memorize it, write it down, so you can negotiate with people and stuff like that on games. It's something to keep in mind, like when you go to game stores and stuff like that, because they're going to do the same thing too. Most game stores and all that, some will just look up the prices and stuff like that to see if it's up and up. And you can be just smart, just like that person trying to sell the game to you is like, yeah, I looked them up too. The average price goes for between $5 to $7. $5 loose, $7-8 complete and stuff like that. Can we meet in the middle somewhere? Just keep that in mind when I show these games and stuff like that. I don't got very many of them. I don't want to be pulling out tons and tons and tons of games, but this goes in line with any game that you're going to buy. NES, Wii U, anything that you're interested in, stuff like that. So we're going to show Red Dead Redemption here. It's always a good idea to get this for the Xbox 360. The reason I'm saying that, with the new patch that they got for the PS5, that I think you got to pay for to get the upgraded version. I think you can take the Xbox 360 version and put it into your Series X, and it reads it and it downloads the best version of that game. Now you can let me know in the comments below, more details and stuff like that. People do read my comments. I got a pretty sweet community of people. We all talk with each other and stuff like that. So I got an awesome community of people. But like this game right here, I didn't pay very much for. I think I paid like $7, $6 or $7 just for this one. I didn't pay very much. Let's just to see what it's going for. Go to my R's. So an average complete in box, $11.90. So I'm going by CLZ. You go by eBay for sold listings and stuff like that, and then when you go out and negotiate, that's how you do that. It's like you take that number, like I'm going to take $11.90, I'm going to bring it about $10.50, $11, and I'm looking for Red Dead Redemption, and then you keep that number in mind when you go out searching for games. Then I got this little dual pack here, Soul Calibur 4 and Tekken 6. Pretty good set. Can't remember what I pay for this one. I don't pay very much when I get Xbox 360 games. I probably got this probably at a Goodwill or something. I got to go through my videos and look. But let me see if I can find this one. Soul Calibur. Okay, this one's more the little more pricey one because it's a dual pack. This says it goes for about $34.46. So when I see that on my app, I'm going to go on eBay. Now I'm going to look this one up. I'll scan the barcode and get an idea how it kind of labels on the eBay and stuff like that, because then I'll shorten it down a little bit or something like that in search pattern, because sometimes the difference of price would be different because people would label the case different. So just keep that in mind when you're looking up games, how you're gonna how to do the search pattern for it. So this says $34. I'll go on eBay. Okay, there's sold listings now for $15, $16 on average. Look up current bids for these games and stuff like that. See where it's at. That's how I won a couple games on PS3. I'm gonna show you, because I made out like a bandit because of bids. I also, talked to that person. I think he watches my channel now from one of them I won from, but pretty sweet. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Just because it says $34, it don't mean it has to be $34. Go for the sold listings and write that down. Keep that in mind. Now, you might catch people slipping, like at a pawn shop. They sell all their Xbox 360 games for $5, and you can clear them out. What I always try to do with some of these people, I'm usually honest with some people when I tell them what the game's really worth and all that, so I get trust with them, so I can get better deals in the long run. So I do tend to correct some of the prices on the games. If it's too expensive, then I can usually tell that person, because I know them well enough. Hey, look, you got this game overpriced right now. Are you willing to take this much for it? And yeah, they'll usually work with you and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Like the GameStop games I got. Yeah, that's a good place to go to, is GameStop, because they're selling, they're selling older games now. And most of the time, GameStop is usually going to be cheaper. Just don't order them online, because you're not going to get them complete. You just go to the store itself where you can actually see the games and see the prices. And you can still compare prices, but they're not going to negotiate prices with you. Not GameStop. But like this one, I picked up, and in fact, I picked this up over at Mel Trotters. I paid $2 for this game, if I remember correctly. And it's like, it's not complete, but pretty sweet. Still, that was another game I can add to my 360. Those are just some games right there. This is an Xbox game, of course, Jade Empire. But now we're going to go with some the worst case scenarios, like on PlayStation 3. More pricier games and stuff like that. This one in particular is kind of expensive. I ended up getting it on Amazon, a sealed copy, and I didn't pay very much for it. Let me look up how much I paid for this one. I get on my Amazon app, my orders. Oh no, it wasn't. I didn't get this through there. I got this through eBay. I got Teslagrad through Amazon. So I know I didn't pay very much for this one. It was like $30 under retail is what I ended up paying for this. I do remember that. So just keep that in mind when you see games that are like $150 games and stuff like that, and sometimes $50 games. I'll show you the next one, which I got in a I'll show you in a minute. I got into I got on bid, I believe it was, but yeah. So keep in mind, it's like, all right, this game goes for this much. Let's see how much this one's going for right now on average. So we'll look up Natural Doctrine. It's always good to do your research. So yeah, I'm doing like research for you right now, like on video, just to give you an idea how I do stuff like that. But you do eBay. I got my CLZ app, which I keep track of all my games. It kind of makes it easy for me. But I always print up a list of all the games that come out for that system because I'm going for that complete PS3 collection, which I'm almost done. Heck yeah! All right, it's yeah. Considering how many games on the PS3, I gotta get right to that one. All right, all right, all right. Okay, here we go. And a okay. This game is not so much no more. It's so I didn't pay very much for this one. Value for complete and copy was $23.53 on average because CLZ takes the average of sold listings and everything else. So $23 and something. So I probably paid around that much because that's how I do my research and stuff like that. Sold listings, I'll calculate the average before I make offers on games, and I'll talk to the sellers and see if they'll take the offers. This is like one of them right here, Steins Gate. I made out like a bandit on this one because this one goes for quite a bit. I know this was over $100 game, and I ended up getting it for like $50 or $60 if I remember correctly. I know I didn't pay very much for it. That's the other thing too. Always keep an eye on prices and talk to people. You know, send messages to them. Tell them to send more pictures if they have to, especially if they know you're a serious buyer and stuff like that. So Steins Gate. Okay, on here the average selling price is around $65. That's how I did mine because I went and did the averages and stuff like that. And on eBay they try to sell this one for around $70 to $100. So always keep in mind, like I said, when you're out doing that, always get the averages and stuff like that. This is 65, so I'll try to bump it down to 50. But there you go. That's just saying, if you're going to collect, especially the higher end games, always do that, or the uncommon games like this one. I talked about trying to find a good decent copy for the right price. This is like one of those kind of games you want to look for condition and stuff like that. Make sure it's complete. Has everything with it. A poster and the manual. Always do your research on the game you're looking for. So if you are collecting, but pretty sweet. If you're trying to go for a complete set, keep an eye out for the more rare sports titles like FIFA 19. This one was a pretty decent copy. This one was all stickered up, and I cleaned it all up and managed to get a nice complete copy of that one. And this one goes for around $30 bucks, $40 and stuff like that. And I got it for dirt cheap. This is the one right here. This is still sealed. Tesla grade. On eBay, this thing was outrageous for some reason. I got this for dirt cheap on Amazon. I was like, and I took a chance. I'm thinking, well, it's not going to cost me that much money, and I'll have a game that let me see how much I paid for it. Yeah, $24.95 like new, and it was new. That's how much I paid for this game, and it's worth a lot more than that. So always look around. Check out Amazon. Check out Macari, but be careful all the prices and stuff like that because you bite the bullet on certain fees. But check out eBay. And if you're out and about in the wild, go to game stores and talk to them. Now remember, game stores has got overhead, but they're willing to work with you, especially if you're buying more than one game. So if you're out shopping around and you got a stack of games, calculate the price, get those averages, and try to work out a deal. Even bring stuff in to trade. Like this one right here, those combo packs where you got the game and the movie. This one I had to get on. This one I got at the video store. I paid pretty much retail for this, and I was glad to do it. This one goes for around $20 to $24. Don't pay no more than that for this game, even on eBay, because I've seen this game several times at game stores. So keep that in mind too if you're out searching around. And always remember how many times you've seen this particular game at the store, but now you want it. So now you know the price. But this was pretty nice, but I paid the price because I support the game store. So yeah, I paid pretty much the retail. What this game usually goes for around $24, $25, but that's still a good deal. So keep that in mind. like unknown games I did not think about, and I made out pretty good on this one too. I didn't pay the full retail price for El Chavo cart, and people know watch my channel know that, and it's like, man, I made out pretty good on this one. Another game that, holy cow, it can get over $100 easily on eBay. But yeah, if you look around, find something that's got all the stickers on it, but if it looks like it's nice and neat and it's got the manual for it, that's, get it. Get that Goo Gone over at Walmart. Put it on your sticker. Just make sure you take the cover off, put it on your sticker, and let it set for 10 minutes and peel it and clean it off. Your sticker is gone. Same thing with this one. I made out like a bandit on this one. I paid around 20 bucks for this, and yeah, $21, I to be exact, I think is what it was. So yeah, is it worth collecting in 2025? Yes, it is worth collecting. It's kind of a longer video. For any system that you're going for and stuff like that. Cartridge based systems, I'm not too particular on collecting for that, because that right there you can pretty much emulate unless you want the physical copy. Just keep in mind, most of the cartridge based games are a little bit more pricier, and stuff like that. And like PlayStation 2, just keep in mind that if you're going for survival horror games, you're gonna pay out a lot of money. But if you're just going for a basic collection, there's a lot of sweet games out there that you can get for your PlayStation 2. I might do more videos on that, like for collecting in general. Just let me know in the comments below if you want to see more videos on what to look for in collecting, what would be good games to pick up for different systems. I got a whole library of games I can show and stuff like that. And because I don't try to pay full price for games. I'm a frugal person when it comes to buying games. I try to negotiate deals and stuff like that. It's always good too if you got a lot of game stores around your area and you know how to shop around for cheap games. You can buy bundles for cheap, clean them all up, and resell them yourself if you want to. You can do that. Never hurts to try. I'm looking on eBay right now. I see some bids that's going to end in probably a couple hours or something like that. A whole stack of games for $15. I might just take it, buy it, and turn around and clean them up. Pull the ones out to replace some of my copies. Take my copy, turn around and resell them. Make a little extra cash. So that's a good video I wanted to talk about starting out for 2025. So go out and collect. Go out and get a console of your choice. If you got a computer, you can do the emulation and stuff like that. Just keep that, just do that. Get a PlayStation 2, get a PlayStation 3, get an Xbox 360. There you go. Get an Xbox One X. I got my Cyberpunk edition behind my camera there. Consoles are not very expensive either these days and stuff like that, unless you're going for super special edition ones. Go on Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that, but be careful. Facebook Marketplace for consoles, unless you can test it out, you don't know what you're getting. So that's the other thing too. Like if you go to any store, you're buying a console, ask if you can test it out. If they don't willing to test it out and negotiate with you, then I wouldn't buy it. Just you want to be able to test that console out, plain and simple. But other than that, okay. Let's get done. Let's wrap up this video. All right. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down, which you shouldn't have to give this video a thumbs down because we're talking about collecting games. It's awesome. But let me know in the comments below, what kind of a collector are you on video games and stuff like that? Do you Xbox 360? Do you do PlayStation 3? Do you do Wii U, Nintendo? What is it that you collect for? And you can comment down below, let people know some good suggestions for collecting and stuff like that, so any other person that reads the comments can see that too. Like I said, I got an awesome community. I got one awesome person who who loves Dreamlight Valley. He's gonna probably comment below on my video. I love the support. But hey, I'll check y'all in the next video. All right, everybody, fun times indeed. I go back to work tonight, and I'll check y'all in the next video. Bye. And yeah, sorry, it's that fun time indeed. All right, see ya.